as we begin this wonderful session this afternoon, we're going to allow and welcome, she's such appreciated, Mr. Tanya Channel from the National SBA office. She's their leader, and we would like her to just share a few words of encouragement this afternoon. Ms. Chandler, you have the mic.
Hi, can you hear me okay, Hebrew?
Yes.
Can you see me? I'm not exactly sure.
No.
I can see you.
Okay, great. You can see it. That's perfect.
You can see me, not just my picture?
I see your picture.
I'm trying to turn on my camera and I'm having a struggle here. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and say hello and I'll try to turn on my camera in the meantime.
That's fine.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is LaTanya. As Hebrew said, I'm your state director for the Small Business Administration's Tennessee District Office, and I'm excited about today's event. The Small Business Transportation Resource Center is a great partner with SBA. As you know, they're funded by the U.S. Department of Transportation, a federal agency, to make sure you get those resources and services that you need to help your business expand and grow. And of course, this initiative that they have is a wonderful initiative for women and girls. And I'm even more excited because we have one of our Tennessee 8A firms participating today. So welcome to everyone, and thanks for having me, Hebrew and Beth. And I'm going to sit back and enjoy the programming today. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Channel. We appreciate the relationship. You do great work on the top of the mountain and in the weeds. You get them both done. So we appreciate all that you do. Let's go ahead and begin, Ms. Beth. Go ahead with the slide. We're just going to go ahead and start.
Today, we're with the Access 2022 WITI Tennessee CEOs Roundtable Talk, January 27th, 2022. Happy New Year. Our agenda is here. Mr.
Absolutely. We'll just jump into it. Tennessee firms, designers, contractors, consultants, we appreciate the time that you are investing with us this afternoon. We welcome you on behalf of the United States Department of Transportation as the Small Transportation Resource Center. We are just so blessed to be able to engage with you with this kind of activity. We work on behalf of, as I mentioned, the Department of Transportation. Our leadership in Washington supports the WITI program. They're excited about it. They're doing some great things to evolve the program and bring more focus to it because the pipeline must increase. On behalf of our team, Joe Jackson's our executive director, Ms. Beth Barnes is our coordinator. I'm the project director. Again, we appreciate being able to serve you and look forward to you participating in this environment. I will ask you this. This environment is wide open. There's going to be some rags run out, some sponges squeezed out. So if you have questions, we want you to engage. This is a conversation about career paths, about opportunities that people have and they took advantage of them. And we hope that these transitions to you and your plan for your business, whether it's existing business or a business that may be coming tomorrow. We believe in this process. We're excited about the IIJA. The amount of investment is historic in this country. And we believe and affirm that those folks, the brown and black folks and others that are disadvantaged, and the women firms in this country will participate aggressively in this process. This is just one of the legs of the stool. So we ask that you just engage in open and honest conversation. And as I say most times, no question is a dumb question. Everything is on the table. We just invite you to be a part of this process. And we're going to continue with the program and welcome.
Okay. We will have the WITI overview next, introduction of our speakers. Then we will have our roundtable talk with Ms. Rossi Dobbins Turner of Otica Technologies, Ms. Triplet Wilson of TNW Construction LLC, and Ms. Loretta Jackson of Infinity Supply LLC. Also, next we'll have our questions and answers and our survey and closing. So next is WITI. WITI stands for the Women and Girls in Transportation Initiative through the United States Department of Transportation Office of Small Disadvantaged Business Utilization. WITI was established in March 11th of 2009 by the president signing an executive order establishing the White House Council on women and girls. And as it says, an initiative in September 21st, 2009, the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Ray LaHood, announced the pilot entrepreneurial training and technical assistance women and girls program. Then in 2012, the program was changed to reflect the inclusion of broader focus area of private partnership and business development. So the mission of WITI is increase the participation of women in the transportation industry and prepare young women to become our nation's future leaders. The goal of WITI program is to identify, educate, attract and retain women and girls in the transportation industry. The program includes outreach, partnerships, business development training, the WITI Advisory Committee, and the transportation internship resources. Our speakers today are Ms. Rossi Dobbins Turner. She's the president of Otica Technologies Incorporated. Ms. Dobbins Turner, would you please give us the introduction of yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. Rossi Dobbins Turner. I'm actually the vice president of Otica Technologies, along with my mother, who is the president. We are a low voltage cabling company. So we install the cables behind the walls that allow your security cameras, access control, computers, TVs. We install the cables and the devices for that. And we are a 6-year-old company here coming in March. And I am extremely happy to be here.
Okay. The next speaker is Ms. Loretta Jackson, President, CEO of Infinity Supply Company, LLC.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Loretta Jackson. I'm President and CEO of Infinity Supply. The company is about 4 years old, and we are distributors of industrial supplies and construction materials. My background is actually electrical engineering, and my career, I started off working at Xerox for many, many years, and then left there and joined a family business, Memphis Chemical and Janitorial Supply Company, where we sold janitorial products. So the new company, Infinity Supply, focuses on industrial supplies, and our mission is to exceed expectations and to really focus on the government and construction markets. So thank you for having me, and look forward to today's presentation.
And okay, you're welcome. We have Ms. Tuere Triplett Wilson, CEO of the T&W Construction LLC.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tuere Triplett Wilson. I am the CEO of T&W Construction LLC. We've been in business approximately going into our 7th year. T&W started off as a dream for me because I was tired of being a stay-at-home mom with the criminal justice degree, not using it, and I love to use my hands. So I decided to talk with my business partner, who we were currently in transportation over the road. And we discussed it, and I said I wanted to open up a construction company. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to build, and I wanted to show my daughters that you can do things even when they're not in your favor, if that's what you want to do. And so at this point, I have a thriving business, and I'm blessed to be thankful to have it.
Okay, great. Now, we will begin with our webinar with the CEO's Roundtable Talk part. Could you guys please, could you ladies please tell us, why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? We'll start off with you, Miss Rossi.
I decided to become an entrepreneur. It's honestly in my blood. We're a 3rd generation business. My grandfather started a business. before I was born, a couple of businesses, and began one with my mother, Alandis Dobbins, who is on this call. And they started that business. He has since passed. And my mother has continued the legacy 6 years ago with Otika Technologies. And so I decided to join because I honestly love the hustle aspect of it. You can't eat what you don't kill. You got to go out and get it. I also played 3 sports in high school, and so I'm very competitive. I like to get out in the field and really get my feet wet and my hands dirty. And so just learning that, and also wanted to be a part of giving back to the community. Otika is located in the heart of Whitehaven. I grew up there, so we wanted to go back to our roots. My grandmother lives there currently, and so we're still very established in that community. We give back to second chance citizens. We give them an opportunity to work at the company. We have employees that are second chance citizens. And just giving people a chance to grow really means something to me, whereas other companies, they wouldn't have the same opportunity that they do at Otika. And so that's very important, and just making sure that other people can see that a minority woman-owned business can thrive and strive in a male-dominated field. So all those points. Sorry, it got muted some kind of way.
Okay.
But yes, so just all those things mean a lot and gave me purpose and why I wanted to join my mother and become an entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you. Miss Loretta Jackson.
Yes, I decided to become an entrepreneur once I left corporate America and joined our family company that I mentioned before, Memphis Chemical and Distribution. I realized that I really enjoyed the smaller company. I like the fact that in a small company, no 2 days are the same, and you can touch so many different areas. Marketing, finance, accounting, HR. I mean, you do it all. And so I really found that I enjoyed that. And also, if you have an idea, if you're at a large company and you have an idea, there are lots of approvals that, you can't just go implement anything you want to do. But as an entrepreneur, you may have an idea for how to grow your business or take it in another direction or whatever. And if you have an idea, you can implement it and do it and see the results of what you implement. And that part of it was very enjoyable to me. So for those reasons, I, once going to a smaller company, I really enjoyed that and wanted to continue on the entrepreneurial route.
Okay. Miss Triplett Wilson.
Yes, I became an entrepreneur because I believe that with the way that I came up and where I came from out of Chicago, that we have to establish a path that we want to take. Nothing is predetermined for you. It's all about what you want. And for me, I wanted to start to show my children and family members and friends what hard work, determination can bring, because I'm working towards generational growth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm building a company that is not just a company, it's a family. Whereas the more I grow, the more my company grows, and whoever is a part of my company is considered family. We as African Americans do not know enough about how to take a dream or a thought or goal or idea and make it whereas to not only can we prosper from it, but our children and our children's children, if we work it and plan and set goals and priorities. You have to learn that you have to compromise for some of the things that you want in life to get better. You may be compromising now, but it's going to be greater later. And for me, being an entrepreneur allowed me to set a path for my children to get an education, but know that education is not the only means of making an income and a life for yourself. 2, I like to travel. I can't work under nobody else's schedule and travel the way that I want to travel, and allow my children to experience the things that we have under a regular 9 to 5. Lastly, it's about helping not just me, but others. As I stated before, the TNW is a family-oriented business, and we're growing as a family. And there's too much poverty in our communities and our families, and not enough of us give back or take the time to try to make it better. And so I got an idea, and it's going great for us.
Okay, thank you. Well, since you have the floor, Miss Triplet Wilson, could you tell us, how did you get your first contract?
Beating the pavement. Going to a lot of the meetings. What I did was I got into the business. I was in the process of trying to get certified. I was told that being a Black woman, this wasn't the business for me, and I might as well give the biggest percentage to my partner or just give them the entire business. And I said no, so I just kept beating the pavement, kept going to the different meetings and everything, meeting other people, CEOs and corporate personnel within these government meetings, as such as TDOTs, the Memphis International Airport meetings, the DBE meetings. And I looked up and met a woman who worked for WITI. And she saw that I was not just a part of something, I actually knew my business. She handed my name to her boss. I got a call, we set up a meeting. Of course, I had to bring my male partner with me. They dismissed me, but it was known that, I was there. And they asked me if I could handle a job of 20 trucks, and I only had 3 at the time. I told them, if you give me the opportunity, I won't let you down. And I ended up grabbing the first contract for I-240 Germantown Poplar exit. And it was a $54 million contract, and that was my first contract within the first 1.5 years of my business opening.
Great. Ms. Jackson, you want to speak about your first contract?
Sure, and I would echo what Ms. Wilson says. Going to every meeting there is, going to pre-bid meetings, going to the local advocacy organization meetings, and finding out about contracts or finding out about bid opportunities is how I got our first contract. And then but the one thing that I do want to also emphasize is, once you get it, it's really, exceeding expectations and really doing a quality job, and also developing relationships. Because once you get your foot in the door, that getting the contract can be considered the first step. Once you get your foot in the door and they realize what type of job you can do, they continually call you to, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? So really just taking that opportunity to try to anticipate our customers' needs, try to make sure that we are, just really doing a quality job, and expanding from whatever the initial contract is to generate more business.
Okay. Ms. Dobbins?
Yes, I would echo what they're saying. Your network is key. Who you know means a lot and can get you in certain doors. So like Ms. Wilson said, beat the pavement, go to all the meetings, pre-bid meetings. MMBC is a great organization to join. They host pre-bid meetings for minority companies. So just beating the pavement. And I got my first contract through the RFP process. So when the bid comes out, you got to make sure that you are prepared, that you do your due diligence. You study and read the proposal front to back in very great detail. You can make one mistake and they'll throw your bid out and it's 80 pages, just did for nothing. So you got to be prepared and, you know, just don't take no for an answer. The first contract I won was the E-rate, state E-rate bid. It was the first RFP that I did on my own, and we won it. And it was a very great moment for our company. And so just got to make sure you network, get your foot in the door, study, be prepared, and put a good proposal together.
Okay, so Ms. Dobbins Turner, what was one of your great successes?
I just spoke on it, being that 3 years in, was able to put that together on my own, and win it was a great success for me. And also just coming into this situation, the learning curve of this, being able to overcome that and bring what I bring to the company has been a great success for me thus far.
Okay. So Ms. Larita Jackson, could you speak on one of your great success?
I would say my greatest success is really the growth and the ability to start this new company, Infinity Supply, and in a short time, really to see the growth that we've been able to realize. You know, just using the background that I had from corporate America and then my previous small business experience and distribution, and just using all of that together and growing this business has been a very great success for me.
Okay, so Ms. Triplet Wilson.
Yes, one of my greatest successes is, as Ms. Dobbins said, was the growth of my company.
Mhm.
I went from having 2 used old dump trucks to now owning 11 as of this week, brand new ones, and the ability to employ not 2 people now, but now I personally, TNW employs 11 employees, as well as we use 10 to 20 subs throughout the year. And even when it's slow, we still are able to try to keep a lot of our minority drivers working.
That's great. Okay, so we will continue with you, Ms. Triplet Wilson. What was a major challenge that you faced and how'd you overcome it?
The biggest challenge that we've had to overcome was learning the business and finance. Nothing in this business is offered to you. Everything is about how hard you want to work for it to get it. You have to, mostly everything that you're gonna learn a lot is through trial and error, because no one wants to share. They're too scared that you're gonna get ahead of them, not recognizing that it's enough for everybody to have a piece of the pie. The one way that we did overcome it was, one thing that minorities don't realize is your credit is one of the biggest things that you can do. And if your credit score does not meet your finances or vice versa, you are at a stand. And so what we did was we worked hard. We paid our credit down, we raised our credit scores up, and then we were able to acquire the financing that we needed to grow as a company.
Oh, great. So Ms. Rossi Dobbins Turner, what was a major challenge for you and your company that you faced and how did you guys overcome?
Yes, me personally coming into an industry that I really knew nothing about, overcoming that and you know, the learning curve and just knowing to stay patient with yourself, study your craft, be prepared. As Ms. Wilson said, your credit is everything. You got to be able to finance the projects. And so they don't make it easy for us. So we got to go over and beyond as African-American women to be great. And also in this COVID just, that was a heck of a year to be such a young company, to make sure that you keep your coffers full, stay prepared for any adversity, because you never know in this day and climate what's going to happen. And so just staying prepared and getting through these past couple of years, because business was slow, has been a blessing. And just happy that we were able to keep our doors open and employ. We have 30 employees, so it was definitely a feat, but we did it, and I'm happy that we were able to do so.
Great. Ms. Loretta Jackson.
Yeah, major challenges. I guess as I look back over my time as an entrepreneur, there have been many, many major challenges. And that's the message I would like to share, is that as an entrepreneur, you are going to face challenges all the time. And so it's just a matter of how do you overcome those. One of the major challenge that comes to mind is the loss of a major customer that we had several years ago, and they were a large percentage of our business. And so really having to retool the whole business, you know, and restructure it in a way that the revenue supported the you know, the infrastructure, and really getting it down to a point where we could be profitable and build it back up. So, you know, one of the lessons that, you know, that they say is don't allow one customer to be too much of a percentage of your business, you know, so that if you do lose that customer, you can, you know, you can overcome it. But we did have that problem where they were a large percentage, and then when we lost them, it was very challenging, I should say, to, you know, retool the business so that it was more in line with what the revenue that we had coming in. And then I would echo what Ms. Dobbins Turner said, is just in terms of COVID, you know, that threw many, many businesses for a loop. And just the idea of, we were very young and we're just getting started as well. And so, you know, just having to do everything under those conditions, and, you know, you really couldn't go out and meet people and pound the pavement like you did before COVID. So finding new ways to do that, you know, working the phone, just, you know, being able to be resilient and flexible, and, as they say, pivot. We've heard that a million times, but really as entrepreneurs, we do have to be able to do that because challenges will come.
Mm-hmm. Great. So since we are in the transportation industry with USDOT, what advice would you give a young lady about getting into the transportation industry? Ms. Dobbins Turner.
Some advice I would give, get your certifications. Coming in, I was over getting all of our certifications. So Go DBE, Hub Zone, 8A, as Ms. Channel said, SBE, MBE, all the certifications you could possibly get them, because it will level the playing field. We come at a disadvantage, and so let's use those to bring ourselves or try to bring ourselves to the same playing field as others that have a better advantage than we do. Never give up, stick to it. The reward is grand. There's going to be late nights and early mornings, but it'll all be worth it in the end, and just stick to it because it gets greater later.
Great. Wonderful. Ms. Jackson?
Yes, I would say preparation, going and trying to learn everything you can. There are a lot of seminars that are available and a lot of free seminars that you have access to through PTAC and just other different organizations. And in fact, we took a seminar through Beth Varner's organization that was really, really helpful. So I think having your eyes and ears open for all types of learning opportunities and ways that you can continue to learn and network. So preparation, I would say passion, excitement, and really being excited about what you're doing and being interested in what you're doing. And that carries over to not only people that you work with, but also your customers and your vendors. So it's kind of hard to work real hard at something if you just, really don't like what you're doing. So I would say that passion part. And then participation in relationships, making sure that you try to form as many relationships, maybe perhaps getting a mentor, being a mentor to other young businesses and young people. Just all types of relationships are vital to being a successful business and to getting great opportunities. So those would be my tips for entering transportation or any type of entrepreneur.
So Ms. Triplet Wilson,
Yes.
we'll let you wrap that question up.
My advice to any young lady about getting into the transportation industry is, one, as these two lovely young ladies stated, certification is key because it gives you more opportunity by broadening your networking capability. It gives you more resources. Two, passion is a great way to look at it. If you love what you do, you don't worry or care about going to it every day. Three, know your business, in and out. There should not be one aspect of your business that you don't know something about, enough to know when something isn't right. Never be afraid to ask anyone anything. Knowledge is key, especially in running your own company. Three, never give up. What you put into your business is what you will get out of your business. You are your own investment. And if you don't strive and push for yourself, no one else wants to strive and push for you. So therefore, your business will never strive and be a pushing effort in the community or successful for yourself.
Great.
Motivate yourself. Don't need anyone else to motivate you. Your business is your best motivation.
That's wonderful. Hebrew, I see that we have a few questions out there.
Yeah, we do. There was one question from Ms. Dolores. The question was, how can you provide certification you suggest? The types of certification, I believe, is the spirit of her question.
Well,
anyone can take that, yeah, or you could take.
Well, I'll jump in. For us, MBE certification, we've gotten ours through MMBC. MBE, SBE, local small business, disadvantaged small business, and I think those are all the ones that we
Got
have.
the major and DBE, yeah, sure. Great.
And for me, I went through the DBE program through the Memphis International Airport. I also have a reciprocal certification for Go DBE through the Tennessee Governor's Office.
Great.
With a lot of your certifications, they're reciprocal. So once you're certified in one, you just do a little extra paperwork and you'll be certified in the next. And those certifications not only carry you within the area that you reside in, but the surrounding states as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I see Miss Miss Lisa talked about WB, absolutely. There's a new women certification that's done by the Fed. There's also the National Women Business Certification as well. So those will be something that would be great to be a part of. Miss Edwards asked a question.
Also the veterans certification.
Oh, absolutely. And I think we have an 8A firm here that's,
Yes.
yeah. Which one of you ladies are 8A firm?
Tika.
All right, great, wonderful.
Yes.
There was a question for Miss Edwards. Are any of you ladies willing to mentor? That's a great question, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
resounding yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we will provide the contact information of all our speakers.
Absolutely. I see any other questions. The other thing we want to put a plug in is, as far as our mentor program, we are working aggressively to have young ladies in an internship role. So we're excited about /mentoring, but if any of you ladies on the call or the panelists would be a partner in our internship program, we would greatly appreciate that. It's an amazing pipeline. It gives a young lady the ability to see her future right before her as she creates that. So that would be wonderful if we could participate in that.
Now we'll follow up with you guys regarding our internships. And if you got interns that we can collaborate and be a co-partner with you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, okay.
Any other questions? There's Q&A, but I didn't see any. Okay, here's a question from Miss Lisa to Miss Jackson. I would like to have a conversation with you. I'm not a young lady, but I'm still working in my business after 22 years. Amen. So yeah, you're young, but you have a young spirit, or seasoned, let me say that. You have a young spirit. So that would be a great opportunity to share that. Let's see any other. Miss Phyllis Poole was okay. This is one okay. Miss Phyllis Poole said she would like to be a mentor. That's wonderful. Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Ladies and any gentlemen that's on the call, if you have any questions, feel free. There's one thing we push and promote, that the pipeline must be open and wide. So you may have a niece, a daughter, or a best friend's relationship with a niece or a daughter or a young lady that you're mentoring. It'll be a great opportunity for them to see how this actually comes together. So we heard this afternoon, there's people working at the airport. We've got technology firms. So we're excited about the diversity of firms that we have. And it's all positioned for not only the IIJA, which is a huge amount of money, as I mentioned before, but the everyday work that goes on in Tennessee. There's a lot of work that is pushed out at the Department of Transportation in Tennessee. And so there's an enormous amount of opportunities for those that are prepared. We push Ready, Willing, and Able as a call to action. So we hope that all those are at least understand that and how to participate there. We can help in that process. We had an amazing bond education program in last year and some of this year. So we're excited about that as we move forward. Ms. Beth just put up the survey sign. Now, this is something that's significant for us. So these things are great. You heard these great conversations from these amazing women that are doing their thing every day, right? They're performing. And I push back that. So thank you so much. So we'd like for you that are on the call to tell us what you think about it. Give us any ideas how we can be better. And we can actually grow from that experience. So we invite you to participate on that phone. Doesn't take that long to fill that out. And
I'm trying to copy it and put it in the chat.
That would be great. That would be great.
I can't get it right.
And I will share with you, as I kind of alluded to in my opening comments, that the headquarters is retooling the WITI program. They're looking to provide an enormous amount of resources. They're looking at how to really get ladies involved. And really, we talk about the young ladies, the high school, the early college, and being able to embrace that and perhaps participating. And sometimes these experiences say, well, I don't really like that, but I'm gonna tell you, folks on the call and all those that participants, sometimes that's the best decision you can make, that you found something you don't like so you can focus on something that you do. But we believe that transportation is an amazing vehicle. We've had in the past participants that talked about administration. So these are CEOs, and that's amazing, they're blessed. But it's all kind of work that's available in the transportation space. And most people think it's roads and airport runways, but it's quite a bit of vertical work. We call it untraditional work in the context of DOT. But in this transportation bill, there's a lot of ancillary work. We call it vertical, like a rest stop or some kind of building that's funded by the Department of Transportation. So we ask you to look at that and begin to get ready. We're obviously just so glad to be able to be a resource for you. There's others like the SBA is an amazing resource. They have amazing programs, and we love partnering with them. And Mr. Vince and his team in Nashville, we just appreciate that relationship and being able to do all we can to get resources on the ground. So there's no question about how can I, right? Because that's sometimes it's what how can I do this? It's too much for me. It's too big for me. But you're not by yourself. You have these wonderful ladies that talked about their ability to share mentors. They had people on the call that said they would be able to share. But it does take a village. That's sometimes an overstated stated proverb, but it does take a village, and it takes family and friends to be successful. And so we appreciate that as we move forward. Any other questions that we have from our audience today?
I clicked the link to the survey. It's up. Do you guys see that?
There you go.
And
I see Miss
what we added this time, we added at the bottom, if everyone can click that link in chat, we added for you guys to list your business certification. We really would like to have that to know who our audience as far as what type of companies.
Perfect.
That's
we had another question from looked like Miss Chanel. I hope I didn't say her name wrong, but she talked about does transportation have culinary food service? Absolutely, right? Some of these things is ACDB based, but they're also federally funded. Airports have all kind of F&B, we call it, businesses that use these kind of services every day. Those are more drilling into the relationship for those who have those concessions, but they're wide and they're deep from a trough perspective, and there's some opportunity to serve, as well as on the administration side. In many of the organizations, the Department of Transportation at the state, and in some cases at the federal level, they have a need for these kinds of things, these kind of services. I know sometimes when we are on the ground working before COVID, we were able to engage in the weeds, I call it. We used DBE firms, minority firms, women-owned firms, providing these kind of services at any point of the process that we can. So that's a resounding yes, Ms. Channel, was resounding yes. Any other questions? Will they be able to contact? Okay, Ms. Nicole asks, will we be able to contact any of the talents for mentorship? I heard yes, and we're going to get you the information. I would just ask that you just engage that as best you can and respectfully can their time, but they're willing to open up their hearts and their minds and their companies to help, again, with this pipeline experience that we're creating, and we're trying to have a sustainable pipeline, if you will. So we're excited about that. Thank you so much for your question, and thank you for willing to be a mentor to these, some seasoned ladies and some not so seasoned. So we appreciate that opportunity. Any other questions? Okay, if there aren't any other questions, I just want to leave you with a couple of things. One, this is something we do every month. We move it in different states. As you see up on the screen, there's a CEO roundtable in South Carolina. Amazing work in South Carolina, a lot of money in South Carolina. So as one of our panelists talked about, this reciprocity in some of your certification categories. So South Carolina has a whole lot of work. Crossroads is $1 billion. There's a bunch of work with I-85 and some at the harbor in Charleston. So there's quite a bit of work there. To invite you to visit with us in February as we engage the CEOs from South Carolina in this conversation. So are there any other questions? I will leave you with this. One of the things that you heard is credit, right? In the conversations this afternoon, you heard relationships, you heard not being afraid of the work, and you heard you have to love it. All of these things are so important if you look at a world of entrepreneurship. That is more than an ocean. There's a whole family part of that has to be on point and supportive, as well as you continue to build your brand. And when you're an entrepreneur, it's a brand, your business, true, but it's also your personal brand, how you engage with people, how you build relationships over time, and how you can look at, and it's okay, right? From an entrepreneur perspective, every relationship should be something to harvest, right? Whether you give back to that relationship, there's some harvest there, or whether you benefit from that relationship. And so we appreciate that opportunity to move forward. As we look at 22, this exciting year, there's some things coming down the pipe. One thing we want to put in place that we liaison with our Department of Transportation leads from every state. And there's a great conversation about access to capital. And we're framing that for some time in March or April, but we've added a component for that is that capacity building. So this week there was a webinar with SCORE that the headquarters put on about how do you build capacity, because ready, willing, and able is a great subject, but what about folks that aren't there yet? So those aren't left behind. So any of you have questions about that, please share them with us. We'll be able and willing and say ready to engage you in any kind of conversation, if it's a consultant conversation or things that relate to your business. So we appreciate your time. Ms. Beth, you have anything else you want to share with us this evening, this
I
afternoon?
just appreciate everyone joining us and our speakers willing to give their time
Yay, speakers,
Thank
yay. All right,
Yeah.
ladies, that's amazing.
and give words of wisdoms to the community.
Absolutely. Ladies, I mean, there was a lot of conversation, you answered the questions amazingly, but if there's anything else you want to add, a nugget that you perhaps didn't put in play that you thought about, it's a great opportunity for you to kind of close out with some closing statements. And if you don't, it's okay. It's okay. We appreciate your time. We know you're busy business owners. So we're excited about the work in Tennessee, and hopefully you are all focusing and looking at it from a target perspective of that project that's just around Memphis, the electrical project that's Ford is pushing out. I think Walbridge is the contractor. I understand they had an amazing session last week for everybody. So we've got to kind of encourage them to talk about how do we engage the minorities and disadvantaged and the 8A firms in that space, because there are federal monies in that project as I understand it. All righty, so we appreciate your time. We're going to close out now. We, again, just welcome you to engage in the service that we provide and the conversation that we had. I would ask you this as a challenge to you. Just sometimes we have webinars, right? And you probably have another one to run to right now, right? But just pause for a moment and think about the nuggets that these ladies provided you. There was some amazing wisdom that they gave to you. Where it works for you, engage that conversation inside your firm. Write it down. If you miss something, we can help you get that information. But in these things, you kind of run to the next one. But this is one where you need to take a moment and think and even pray if you must about how you can use these information, that this collective years of experience that provided to you to be a part of this process called these economics, this new frontier, right? So again, on behalf of our staff in Atlanta, we service South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. We're just so excited to be able to continue to work with you and all those that are in the state of Tennessee in particular. And so we look forward to what's coming down the pike. As they always say, the best is yet to come. You guys have a great afternoon. We thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, and you do the same.
And in the chat is the link for the survey. If you guys are online, please. We appreciate it. We want to learn how your input, what subjects you would like for us to cover in the future. Is there some topic that will work for you? We are here for you, to assist you, to making you become and your business better and getting that USDOT prime or subcontract. That's the goal.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank
afternoon.
you.
Be safe out there.
Okay.
All right.
I'll leave the link
Signing
up
off.
for a
Thank you
while
so
for
much.
everybody, for the attendees could get it.
Okay.
Thank you,
Perfect.
speakers. You
All
guys
right.
may
Thank
leave.
you, ladies, so much. Thank you.
We have 2 new questions. They were, thank you. It's a pleasure speaking with you all and to enjoy today. Hi there, Mr. Ray. Yes. The link. Where's the link? The survey link is there for the people who are still on. We have 10 more people on. I'm staying here for you guys. Miss Jackson, Miss Loretta Jackson info. I don't have it in, let me see. Let me type it to you. Who is it? Miss Lisa Ruiz. Type your email in and I'll send it to you individually, okay? Let me let you speak. Hold 1 second. Okay, there it is. Hi there.
Hi there, how you doing?
Fine, let's put it, I see it right here as Lisa at BRANDMYSWAG.com.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want
And I
Miss
just
Jack-
think that out of the 3 panelists, Miss Jackson had a sort of similar supply list that I would have. And I just need to know what's the best way to access the buyers. Just let them
Okay,
know I'm
and
around.
Miss, all right, I'll make sure I'll email you her contact information directly. And Miss Dolores is it Guaman? Let me let you speak. How do you pronounce it? Is Guaman? Guaman. Miss Dolores, are you still on? She's on, but she's muted.
Hello, I'm right here.
Hi there.
How are
You
you?
say suggestions to create a good proposal. That would be great to put.
How are you doing? Thank you very much for unmuting me. So one of the panelists was talking about having a good proposal. That's where I am struggling right now, trying to put together a good proposal out there. Any suggestions? Or
What we will do is get your contact information and I will email you Dolores.
Guaman.
Guaman and type your email in there. Could you give it to me? And I will
Yes.
email you to schedule a counseling session.
Awesome.
We need bars and straps.
I will send out the
Oy.
717.
Us, like, how much do we want to do that? This is warehouse to warehouse.
700.
You need to 700?
And okay,
Did you get it?
yes, I have it. And I'm gonna get it from the info at
What's the most that you can do?
Awesome.
topstrucking.net, right?
Yeah, topstrucking.net, yes.
Info at topstrucking.net. We'll have to send you a client intake form, and also you'll fill that out and we'll schedule you for a counseling session next week.
Oh, that will be awesome. Thank you.
I will send Miss C. Chanel at forkfulco.com the contact information to everyone of our panelists. Well, I appreciate you guys still being on, and I wanted to make sure I was here in case the little stragglers come toward the end with more questions. We've noticed that when we get off quickly, some people rather wait till the end and
We're
speak.
shy.
And we've learned that over time, and we get questions and we'll give you answers that way. And the survey is there that way in some topics that you want us to cover, that it benefits us greatly and you to know what you would like to have us cover. So, and you can click on it. Remember, I clicked on it during the presentation.
Yes,
Just click on it and then it'll come for you, I believe.
okay.
I got 2 more questions. Let's see. Could you connect me with Miss Ture? That's Miss Nicole. Send me that, Miss Nicole Clemens. Connect with Miss UERE. And your email. I have your email. And I have you guys email when you're ready. Nicole at C. At cndeliveries.com. NICOLE at CNDLIVERIES.com, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I had my reading glasses downstairs.
Thank you.
So we have that Tops Trucking in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes,
That's you, Miss Guaman?
that's me.
Well, we have a center that's in your region.
Oh, that would be nice.
Have you reached out to them?
I haven't.
Have not?
No, I have not.
I will forward that information to you.
That would be nice.
Okay, let's see. That's Dolores. Because we work by region, GUAMAN, Top Service Trucking LLC in Mechanicsburg,
Mhm.
PA. Yes, and I will get your forward you an email, send you an email with also the information
Perfect.
for your region. And Miss Christina Stewart wants to get Miss Wilson's information. And I'm sending out to all people who are registered and who attended rather the contact information of our speakers. I'm getting ready to end the call. So Mr. Solomon, Miss Stacy Neal still on. All the last stragglers. Let's see. Miss Stacy Neal, Miss Lucy. You guys still on? For a reason? We'll get ready to go.
I know I just got on a little late, but no, I'm fine.
Mr. Solomon, I can't see. You still there? Anyway.
All right. Well, thank you all so much.
Yes, Mr. Solomon, is there anything I can help you with? That's it. Goodbye, you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Get off. Have a wonderful day. Let's see, did I see anything? Can you send? That's it. That's everybody's. Goodbye. Have a wonderful, pleasant day.